Ravi sir, okay? Ravi sir. Okay. Hello everyone, welcome to session 3 of the Good Vibes Project. Today at 4 o'clock, we have Mrs. Anjali with us, who is the founder and chief nutrition consultant at Starlight Nutrition Center of Visakhapatnam. Hello ma'am.
Hello Sahiti.
How are you doing?
I'm good so far, and I'm so happy to be on your Good Vibes Project. It's a wonderful platform to be on.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It's a pleasure having you here. Could you tell us a little bit more about the work you do, ma'am?
Yeah, sure. I actually have a few slides as well at the end of it, which I will be talking about what we do at Starlight and who are all the nutrition consultants. So if you would like to just start off, I could.
Okay.
Is that fine?
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Is my screen visible to all of you?
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
Right. Okay. So a very warm good evening to every one of you who's watching, and to maybe more of you may watch this later. My name is Anjali, and I'm a nutrition consultant. So today I wanted to share a few thoughts about how nutrition can play an important role in the prevention, treatment, and the recovery of infections, and specifically about the infection that we are trying to fight against today, which is the COVID-19. Sorry. Right. So before we move on anywhere, it's very important for us to understand this term called as balanced nutrition. What is balanced nutrition? So balanced nutrition is making sure that you have all the food groups in your meals. Okay, but why is it that we require to have balanced nutrition? Specifically, if we have to connect it to what we are all facing today. Only when you have all the nutrients well balanced in your diet can your body fight infections. Can you provide adequate but not excessive nutrients? Because it's very important. We cannot have nutrient toxicity as we cannot have nutrient deficiency. So it's very important to balance that. It's also important for us to maintain healthy body weight, blood sugar control. We know how infections can affect your sugar levels. There are many of them suffering today because of the high dosage of medications that we are being put on to fight against the virus. The blood sugars are going haywire. So it's very important for us to have a balanced nutrition to fight that, or rather control your blood sugars, also to control your blood pressure. The minute you know that your body is having an imbalanced blood pressure, whether it's low or high, that's the first sign to tell you that your heart needs a little bit more attention. Okay, so all of us, we feel that blood pressure is such a common thing. Having diabetes is such a common thing, but that should not be the case. We should realize that these are small ways in which the body is trying to communicate to us and tell us that something is not right, and certain organs in our body require a little bit more focus. Okay, so balanced nutrition can help you do all of this. So to talk to you about the food groups, which I was saying, that's when you know you are having a balanced diet. There are 5 food groups that we need to know about. Okay, so you have grains, you have protein, you have vegetables, fruits, and dairy products. All right. If you remember, in the olden days, we all would eat in a plate like that, the steel plate that you see. So we always had the grains, in India, the center focus is always the grains, the rice or the chapati, whatever cereal that we're having. And then we would have small portions of either the vegetable, or we would have some dal, a little bit of pickle maybe, and then curd, right? So that's what makes one, Indian meal. Whether it's North Indian or South Indian, there's always different grains that we would have. So ideally, that's the balanced way of eating. The only thing that has changed is, because in the olden days, there was a lot of farming and a lot of activity that was being done. There was hardly any machines available to us. It was all manual labor. Whether you were working in a factory or whether you were working on the fields, there was a lot of manual labor. So that's when, the center portion of that steel plate would be filled with rice because we felt we needed that energy, with carbohydrate. But today, what has happened? So much of our activity is technology based, machine based. So the amount of physical activity that the body is doing is much, much lesser. So as your activity level reduces, so does your eating pattern has to change as you age. Now, when you're young, and as like when you look at your children, when they run around, play around, they burn their calories and they burn whatever food that they're eating, and they produce energy. As you grow older, you start finding that your activity becomes more sedentary, especially now with all the IT jobs and everybody's just working from home. Your activity level has.
No, I think her screen froze. Yeah. Sir, Naveen Arun is in the waiting room. Should we allow him?
So this is the one we were on. So I was talking. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
I was talking about the proteins. So all the protein foods are like your dal, pulses, non-vegetarian food. I think there's something coming on the screen. Okay. Okay now? No, it's fine. All right, sorry. So the protein intake comes from all your dals, pulses, non-vegetarian food, eggs, those are your protein foods. And then this is one other major mistake that we are all making, your fruits and vegetables. So we tend to take very small portion of the vegetable curry and a large portion of the grains. So that is something we need to change gradually, not overnight, but gradually increase the amount of vegetables that we eat. So the vegetables should make up, if you see the chart on your left hand side, the vegetables should be almost half of your plate, right? And some of us, we prefer not to eat fruits with the meal, so we can shift the fruits to in between our meals, but we have to make sure we have at least a minimum of 2 fruits. And now in such times of the pandemic, it's even better to have fruits 3 times a day as well. And then you have a small portion of dairy. So under the dairy, you have milk, curd, you have paneer, cheese. These are all your options for dairy products. Okay. So if you are ensuring that all of these food groups are there in every meal that you eat, then you can be sure that you are on a balanced nutrition. Now, coming specifically to foods that help us for immunity, because I think that's the thing that we're all really worried about, not just for ourselves, but for our family. So, the foods that are helpful for immunity are vitamin C.
Texting, I'll call that later.
I have to share again, I think.
Yes, you have to share it.
Okay. So the nutrients that are important for immunity are vitamin C, zinc, vitamin A, B, D, and E. Like I was saying, they're all fat-soluble vitamins, so it's very important that we do not neglect the food group of fat. Iron, folate, and fiber. Okay, so how can we include all these nutrients in our daily lives? Okay, so vitamin C is rich in all fruits. Okay, so stick to the seasonal fruits. We have guavas, we have oranges, we have ice apples that are coming in now. So we have kiwis as well. So whatever fruits you like, ensure that at least one fruit or maybe even two are rich in vitamin C. So the kind of fruits that you choose, at least one or two should be rich in vitamin C. Zinc is available in all the nuts and seeds. Okay, so I would suggest every day. Now, say there are some of us who are still going to work in the mornings for those few hours that there is no curfew. So I would suggest please carry at least 100 grams of dry nuts and seeds, mixed together in a bag or in a box. And if your meal is going to get delayed, or if you get hungry in between, instead of reaching out to any junk food, it's preferable that you have dry nuts and seeds rather than any other junk. Okay, this will ensure you get a good dose of your zinc. So by nuts and seeds, I mean cashews, walnuts, almonds. You can do peanuts, you can do pistachios. So all of them in a good mix. So not just focusing on only one type of nuts, but a mix of all, along with some pumpkin, sunflower, sesame, and flax seeds. Okay, all of this mixed together, at least a minimum of 100 grams every day. In case you're at home, you don't go out, to work, you can split this. You can have a small portion in the morning and a small portion in the night. So it comes up to about 1 to 2 tablespoons is what you could take. Okay. Now, coming to all your fat-soluble vitamins, they are present in dried fruits as well. So you can have vitamin A, you get it from papaya, you get it from, anything that's orangish or reddish in color, you get it from carrots. Okay. Vitamin D, we do get a small portion of it from mushrooms, but the maximum amount that you can get is from sunlight. And since we're not going out much, there is all chance of us having a deficiency. So I would suggest, please, when you're reading the newspaper or when you're cutting vegetables, be in an area where there's a little bit of sunlight that comes into your home, so that some parts of your body do get exposed to the sunlight and you make a little amount of vitamin D. Okay, vitamin E again is present in all the dry fruits and nuts. So if you take care of that, you'll be able to. If you eat a good amount of that, you would get your vitamin E as well. Iron and folate, they're available in all green leafy vegetables. They're available in dry fruits. And the fiber is also a very, very important nutrient. Okay, fiber helps you keep your sugars under control. Fiber helps to keep your cholesterol and your blood pressure under control, as well as helps you for your immunity. So please include vegetables like drumsticks, lady's finger, green leafy vegetables. And if you have at least 2 raw fruits every day, that also will take care of the fiber intake that you need. Okay, so I hope you're clear on what foods you need to focus on. Another important aspect for now is hydration. Hydration and nutrition play an important role in the body's response to and recovery from any viral infection. Okay, specifically if you want to talk about the present viral infection. Why do we say that? Because usually when you have an infection, there is fever and therefore there is sweating. There is usually some amount of upper respiratory tract discomfort, like you have coughing and breathlessness. You may also have digestive disorders. We do know that the current, second wave is showing us symptoms of vomiting and diarrhea. Or you may have a poor appetite because of the loss of smell and taste. When you hydrate your body well, you get a good fluid and electrolyte balance. Okay, so when you are well balanced in your fluid and electrolytes, all these symptoms that you are facing because of the infection will lessen. Okay, so slowly you will find yourself getting better when you hydrate yourself well. There are some of us who are very good. We make sure we focus and we drink at least a minimum of 2 to 3 liters of water every day. But the majority of us sitting at home, sitting in the AC, we hardly feel our thirst, right? So if you are a kind of a person who doesn't drink too much water, please include some amount of liquids. It could be tender coconut water. It could be fresh fruit juices. In case you're a kind who doesn't like to eat a fruit, shift over to drinking fruit juices, but no sugar added and freshly made at home. Okay, only then the nutrients are well retained. Your electrolytes are well retained. You could shift if you're a kind of person who loves to drink a lot of teas and coffees during the day. Please substitute 2 or 3 of them with some herbal concoctions. Okay, so it can be a simple coriander, jeera, and soft boiled in water, and you have that strained. It could be as elaborate as the kashayam that all of us have been reading about, which the Ministry of Ayush has been telling us, with all the different spices and a little bit of turmeric, and if you want a little bit of jaggery. So these are some of the other ways that we can hydrate ourselves. Also, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about curd and buttermilk. There are many doctors who are suggesting during this particular infection that we do not have too much of curd or buttermilk. Some of them are asking you to completely avoid it. Keeping in mind that we are on high dosage of medication, steroids, antibiotics, it's very important for us to keep our gut microbia, still, you have to have a good amount of gut microbia. So I would suggest, please have a small amount of curd or at least 2 glasses of buttermilk and make sure it's not cold. Okay, make sure that it is room temperature so that it does not affect or rather aggravate further your the respiratory tract infection. Okay, so just make sure it is room temperature and add a small quantity of it at lunch and anytime during the mid-morning. If you want, you can avoid it completely at night. Okay, so that's one other way that you can hydrate yourself, with a glass of buttermilk. You can add a little bit of jeera or any other masala into it to make sure that it digests well. And then there's a particular nutrient which all of us have been talking about. The doctors, the nutritionists are all stressing upon protein. So we already saw a little about it when we were doing the balanced nutrition plate. I'm just going to stress a little bit more and say that protein is very, very important if you're in the recovery stage. Okay, so if you're in the recovery stage, please ensure you're not just having rice and curry. No, Just rice and vegetable curry doesn't give you enough protein. You have to include some form of pulse. Either it can be dal, it can be chana, rajma, moong, it can be sprouts, or it can be just simply boiled, green peas. In some form, you have to have the protein, or you can have the non-vegetarian source of protein. You can have fish, you can have chicken, you can have eggs. Okay, so the choice is yours, but you must ensure there is protein, especially if you're under recovery. And like I said, most of us, we are scared to have a lot of fat because already these medications tend to make you put on weight if you're on steroids. The different antibiotics, they play different, it acts differently in our bodies. So sometimes some of us are gaining weight during this infection. And the minute, we are off the medications, we think, okay, now we need to get onto a weight loss. So please don't jump into weight loss immediately. Please remember, all the vitamins that the doctors are suggesting for you as supplements, they are all fat-soluble vitamins. So you require fat. It's very essential for your daily body processes as well as the absorption of these vitamins. And it should be eaten in optimal balance. Okay? One way of including it is all the omega-3. So we spoke about almonds already. We spoke about fish. You can also include it in a form of flax seeds. Flax seeds are easily incorporated in your idli batter, in your dosa batter, or you could just have it plain in your curd. And you could also use ghee, 1 or 2 teaspoons of ghee if you're an adult. For the children, it could be 2 to 3 teaspoons of ghee as well. But make sure that you are not completely cutting off fat from your diet. Okay. Now, this said, I just wanted to emphasize on a very important point. There are many of you who are calling us up, and asking us for nutrition plans when you are either suffering from the infection or after recovery, and you just want a generalized plan. So please remember, for this particular pandemic, for this particular type of infection, there is no one size fits all, unfortunately. Okay, the reason being, the virus is acting very different in everybody's body, and each person's blood parameters are differing from each other. Some of you may have very high ferritin levels. Some of you may have the kidney function that is getting damaged. Some of you may have the heart functions that are getting damaged. So accordingly, we have to plan your diet based on your blood reports and your blood parameters. So please do not, if any of you, usually do take advice from your nutritionist, please do not ask them to make a general plan. Just send me a general plan and I'll follow it. No. Please ensure that you get an individualized meal plan for yourself. That will be more result oriented for you, and you will definitely see a better recovery process. So before we conclude, I wanted to just tell you a little bit about the center that I run. It's Starlight Nutrition Center. We are right now in Dutt Island, Siripuram. And we are 3 of us consultants. I am Anjali. I have my colleague Varsha and my colleague Gayatri. Between each of us, we have about 20 to 15 years of experience in the field of nutrition. And, like I said, we believe in individualized nutrition programs. And we ensure that we take care of every aspect in terms of your nutrition, in terms of your timings, in terms of your work, or timings, your lifestyle, all of that, and only then plan it. And we don't just give you a plan, we also follow up with you, and we ensure that after the assessment and the diagnosis, there's regular monitoring and evaluation from our side. Okay, so I hope that if any of you require help, you will get in touch with us, and we will be more than happy to help you. So that's the number that you can note down. And we only, right now, because of the pandemic, we are not encouraging walk-ins. It's only on an appointment basis. So if you can give a call on that number, the appointment coordinator will help you book the appointment accordingly. So I'm done with my, giving you the information that I wanted to. So Sahiti, if you want to take over.
Sure, ma'am. Would you be open to answering a couple of questions?
Yes, sure.
In terms of diet, there's a lot of new fads going around, like a vegan diet or a predominantly plant-based diet, or a pescatarian diet. Like, what, in your perspective and experience, do you think is, a better better diet plan for the general human race? Or is there not one size fits all kind of?
Yeah, you're right. There's no one size fits all. And I think it's more of to do with your choice. There are some of us who find it very comfortable being pescatarians, and we don't. We find a lot of bloating and discomfort when we have the other non-vegetarian food. So it's absolutely fine to be a pescatarian. It's fine if you find that intermittent fasting helps you, or you're. I think it's very important for you to tune it according to your body, your timings, your lifestyle. There are some of us, we just look at the neighbor doing some kind of a diet and we say, okay, I also want to go ahead and just follow that. But it doesn't work because everybody's body is different. Sanity, in your own home, you are eating a particular, you're cooking one type of meal and there are 4 or 5 of you at least sharing that meal, right? But the way that food digests in every one of you is different. Because I have couples who come to the center, the husband and the wife, they eat the same food. The wife gains weight faster, the husband doesn't gain weight.
Oh.
You see, so there's with eating the same food, being from the same family in the same home, you can see the difference even in children. One sibling may, end up putting on weight eating the same food as the other sibling doesn't gain weight at all. So I'm just talking in terms of weight, but there are so many other aspects that come up. So everybody metabolizes their food differently. So it's very, very important to individualize. There's no blanket plan that is good or bad. And in fact, in food also, there's nothing good or bad. It's either in excess or deficient. That's basically it. So we have to make sure we moderate everything.
Okay. Another question is the whole organic food versus non-organic. What do you have to say about that? Like, because there's a lot of confusion. I mean, it's a very upcoming and new term, and everyone's all the rage for buying organic food, organic produce. So, do you have anything to say about that? Is it better? Is it just a marketing gimmick?
First of all, I think the source is very important. If you are clear about your source and you have an authentic source, say, for example, I have a friend who owns a farm and I've seen the way that they're growing their fruits and vegetables, and therefore I get the fruits and vegetables from there and I know that they're not using any pesticides. So yes, that is an organic way of growing your fruits and vegetables. And believe me, they taste so different. So I don't think organic is a gimmick. I think it is something we are getting back to. This is the way we used to farm before, Sahiti. This is the way we used to, grow our food. It's the advent of technology, machinery, and all this pesticides, and getting rid of all the different variants of pests that we have. It came in much, much later, and that seems to have become normal. And we've forgotten about what was originally, organic food. So I think the source is very important. You have to have an authentic source. Okay. And it may take some time for all of us to find that, real authentic source. Until then, we do have organic stores available in different cities. And, we have a few, the stamps that they should have on their packets. So there are those regulations. If they have the FPO regulations, even in the US, UK, they have different regulations for organic food. So if you have those stamps on the package, then you can be sure. In India, we're still a little backward in getting the authentic, stamps and regulations, but I'm sure over time we will get them. So if you have the authentic source, definitely organic is good. There's no doubt about that. So it's not a gimmick. But you have to be careful. In all the stores that you find around you, everything may not be organic. So it's very important for you to check the package, read nutrition labels. I think that is something none of us have the time to do. We just pick up from the shelf, put it into our bags, and then they're gone. We don't even bother to check, turn it back, see what are the ingredients. When we cook one food or dish at home, the husband or the mother or the child, they're always asking, what did you put in this? How many ingredients? What ingredient did you use? Why is it tasting like this? You have 10,000 questions for naturally cooked food. But when it comes to picking up from the shelf and from a packet, I don't understand. Why don't we, even bother to turn back and say, okay, what is there in this food?
Yes, ma'am. True. That's true.
So I think it's very, very important for us to read nutrition labels. know what are the regulations for an organic and non-organic food, what is the meaning of organic, what is the meaning of natural. Natural means it is grown under natural conditions, but it need not necessarily be pesticide free. Okay, so there are different variations. So I think the key is read your nutrition labels and make sure that you're getting it from an authentic source.
Okay, ma'am. That's true. That makes a lot of sense. We have a question in the chat box. It says that packaged foods are not good. Can you please help us understand that better? I guess they're asking why are packaged foods not that good.
I think under the packaged foods, you have different convenience foods that we're talking about. You have all the snack and those kind of items also that we talk about, right? So definitely something out of a packet has been commercially, it's come out from a commercial establishment. So it has been procured at a particular time, it has been packaged at a particular time, and then finally transported and it's come onto your shelf. So there's been a lot of time lag. Okay, so that is why sometimes the nutrients are not very well. You won't have them very rich in nutrients. Okay, most of them require preservatives, and all these preservatives, most of them at least, are sodium based. So again, we are all tackling, like I was saying, blood pressure has become so common that even if you have it, you feel like, oh, it's normal. Everybody has it and I also have it. That's fine. But we don't realize it's all coming in from these small little things. These sodium-based preservatives can act and give you an imbalance in your blood pressure. So that's one of the reasons why we say don't eat out of packages every time. Prefer to make something that's fresh, and even the juices, like I was saying, make it fresh at home. Don't go in all the time for bottled juices. You can rely on them once in a while when you have, maybe when you're entertaining guests or something, but not on a regular basis. Yeah. So packaged food, this is the only main reason. One is the preservatives. One, because we know that, it was packaged so many days back, and so many of us, we don't read the expiry date. When was it manufactured? When is it going to expire? So all of that is very important for us to check on. And there is no guarantee that the nutrients are very well, the nutrients are well stored in it after so much of handling.
Yeah, that's right. What you said was regarding the fruit juices and fresh fruit juices versus packaged fruit juices, and reading labels as well. Those pre-packaged fruit juices have an insane amount of sugar compared to doing it making it at home or anything. So I've recently come to know that why it tastes.
But Saiti, there are some brands that are the raw pressery juices that you get. They don't have any sugars in them. But you will if you read, they will tell you within how many hours and how many a day or two that you need to just finish it. It doesn't stay for longer than that. Whereas the other juices, the different other brands that we have, even if it's in your fridge for a week, 10 days, it still remains. But so it's for us to think, if I had made a fresh orange juice and kept it out for 10 days or even in the fridge for 10 days, how the taste changes. So definitely they're adding so many other things to keep that taste balanced,
That's true. Is sugar as bad as it actually, as they actually say it is? They say sugar, you should completely stop eating sugar, and it causes a lot of inflammation in your body. Is that all really true?
Yes, research does say that it is true. But there are different forms now that we are getting. I use a lot of palm jaggery, and I think it's a very good way of substituting your sugars. You could also use the organic jaggery, again making sure that you have an authentic source. You also have stevia now that's coming in. That's another form of sweetener that you're getting. It's a natural sweetener. So I think since we have so many options, it's better for us to slowly switch over from white sugar. And I hear a lot of them saying, I'm not having white sugar, I have brown sugar. White or brown, it's just a matter of one process that has not happened. That that bleaching process has not happened. That's it. But otherwise, the minute it's in your body, it's still giving you the it still produces the blood sugar that it's supposed to. Whereas with jaggery, and the organic or the palm jaggery, Even honey, to some extent, can be used, but don't overdo it. So I think it's about time for all of us to kind of reduce that amount of sugar that we are craving for. Gradually and slowly, it's better that we reduce the consumption of it and substitute it with these better options, but don't overdo these options also. Again, moderation in these as well.
Okay, ma'am. I think we have one last question in the chat box. There have been information that probiotics like sadhanam and fermented rice can help fight COVID. How true is that?
When this mucormycosis started coming out and all of us started reading about the black fungus and why it was happening, I think most of the research that's coming out, it does say that it's because of the usage of so much of antibiotics that we're killing even the good bacteria in our body. And that's where the other microorganisms like the fungi is growing in. So that also made me think, since this is so recent, there's very little research that's immediately available right now. But whatever is available, it does say that it's good for us to maintain our gut bacteria, a good form of gut bacteria. So that's why I was saying many doctors have been telling us to stop using curd when we have this infection. It mainly only because we know that most of us eat curd out of a fridge. It comes out of the fridge, so it will affect your, if you're breathless or if you're having upper respiratory tract infection, it can affect you if it's cold. But what if we consume it in room temperature? That's a way of a probiotic. And that's why I think, from whatever experience that we have, definitely using probiotics when you're on a heavy dose of antibiotics and other medication will be helpful in recovery as well as, getting better soon, I feel. So I think it's very important for us to have probiotics.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. And we have one more question that just popped up.
Okay.
Some people say that buttermilk is better and curd is not. Please help us understand if that is true.
No, I don't think so, because you're making the buttermilk out of the same curd, right? It's just that you're diluting it. So I think it depends on, there are some of us who tend to add, we make it like a sweet lassi and a salty lassi, and then we make it like a very salty buttermilk. So that could have been one of the reasons why they say, don't have buttermilk, have curd, because curd, you can just mix it plain into rice and have it, or you can just have it plain. As long as you're having buttermilk with very little salt, no sugar added, maybe a little bit of jeera or masala buttermilk, there's absolutely no problem with buttermilk at all. It's just made out of the same curd that you would have eaten anyway. Make sure that you have at least, if you were used to having like one small katori of curd, make sure you have that same amount of curd in your buttermilk. Just dilute it a little bit. That's it. Maybe don't reduce the quantity of the curd that you're taking. So both curd, buttermilk, both are fine.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you for patiently answering all these questions.
Thank you for the opportunity to you and Ravi Kangaru. I think, like I said, I'm so happy to be on this platform, and I hope, whatever information I have given, it'll be helpful for all your viewers.
For sure, ma'am. For sure. It was very informative talk.
Thank you, Saiti.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you,
Ravi Kangaru. Good luck to you for the rest of the programs.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Please do come back and join us.
Yes, sure. Thank you.
Thank you. So this concludes Mrs. Anjali's session on nutrition. At 5 o'clock, we have Dr. Chandra Reddy Garu coming to talk about fertility and pregnancy in COVID. I think we will be having a small break till then. We will be back in around 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, so shall we start?
Yeah. Keep going.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to session 3 of the Good Vibes project. Earlier, we had a talk by Mrs. Anjali about nutrition, and now at 5 o'clock, we have Dr. Chandra Reddy Garu here with us today. He is the director of London IVF Clinic, Visakhapatnam. He is an IVF consultant and a gynecologist, and he's done most of his training in the UK and now has made Vizag his home. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Saiti. First of all, I thank the organizers, especially the MEECON organization and the non-profit trust, charitable trust people trying to take this initiative to help the localites of the Vizag and in and around with their novel idea. I wish them all the success. So today, the topic which I'm interested and ready to share some views will be mainly regarding the fertility issues, treatment, and effect of the vaccination on an early pregnancy and the treatment protocols. There are a lot of misconceptions, and also there is a lot of issues people might be interested to raise. So in the next 30 minutes, I'm going to discuss and put forward my views regarding these hot topics. Then the forum will be open for questions and answers if there is any. Okay. So thank you, Sir Sahiti, for a kind introduction. So we'll just keep going.
I just want to step in and say if anyone has any questions you would like to ask Dr. Chandra Reddy Garu, please go ahead and type it out in the YouTube live chat box or FB chat box. And at the end of the session, we'll get them answered by him. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. Greetings from the London IVF Center. So we are based in the KGS Dome at the heart of the medical hub in the second floor, a building which tried to create a life and also giving a life to the dreams of a lot of the unfortunate patients who are struggling. We are being appreciated by the awards consecutively since last 2 years for our good work. So before just getting into the subject proper, why this topic is important, what we need to learn, how we can share the things and all. Up to the 24th of the May, which you can see from the slide, which is there, this COVID is affecting not only just India, all over the world, and which has got a detrimental effect on our way we live, the way we function. You can see 3.4 million recorded deaths because of the COVID is not a simple thing, which is the most severe pandemic any of our lifetime generation has experienced. So the new cases are still rising. Maybe one country is able to control it's becoming a pandemic into the other countries. So it's got its mark on every country. Even now, which we all can keep hearing the stories, at least one or two members of everyone's family has been affected, either directly or indirectly. So it is so severe, this problem is. So how are we going to address, without compromising our day-to-day life and without putting the others into risk, how to make our hospital or the settings safe and go forward with the treatment, especially the vaccination, and how it's going to help or to control the pandemic. Today I'm just going to cover. And also, if you can see from the next slide, the global coronavirus cases are millions. So it is just going to the sky. It doesn't look like it is going to come down anytime soon, except There are a few countries which are ahead with the vaccination. Those are the ones they can able to cut down the graph. So we will see as we move on how they have worked on and what we can do with that. See, when we started the last time, our cases started going up and the deaths started recording in the May 2020. Then we peaked between August and September. The number of cases recorded, the number of deaths. Then we let all the God go. We all thought as if like we have achieved the herd immunity. There's nothing is going on, then we are all safe. But see what happens? The March, then it started rising. It's coming with a vengeance and it's not looking like settling down so easily. So what it tells us is, we can't let the things go. We need to keep functioning and still try to control this pandemic so that our life, our activities, our economy doesn't get affected. But that shouldn't be making the people to put under risk as well without compromising the life of our patients and the others by making the environment and the clinic and the treatment safe. Then we can keep going ahead. With respect to the fertility, it's generally like 1 to 3% of the population is affected with the fertility issues, not able to get pregnant even after marrying for a year or two. So we know that there are few causes for the male and few causes for the female, and both combined together as well. Sometimes it affects people trying to get pregnant. So if we know the basic issues, what makes these problems, then we should see like how the COVID is making it worse. Whether do we get any long-term effects, whether the person affected with the COVID, either the male or a female, are they going to become infertile? There are a lot of confusion is going on. As the topic is very new and hot, still for many of the questions, even the specialists like us or the scientists still don't know. It is an evolving situation. Okay. So, if we come to the men, once the man, what are the things which he can usually make the break to achieve the pregnancy will be simple test. Most of the times we'll try to do is the semen analysis. The count we minimum consider will be 15 millions, whereas the sperm's motility should be at least 32% of the sperms which can move very fast. Morphology means how the sperm looks, head, neck, tail. At least 4% should be normal. By chance, if they get affected with the COVID, what's going to happen? Is it going to increase, decrease? Are they going to infertile? Still, we don't know. But most of the studies, which are very smaller in number, they're saying that they were able to extract even these virus particles even in the testicular sperm aspirate of the persons who have been affected previously with the COVID. So it shows that it doesn't have any organs. None of the organs can escape the COVID. Most of the times we know lungs, heart, brain, kidneys, so on. But definitely even the testis also is going to be get affected. They can make count, motility and morphology to go down. Then it may increase the chances of the male infertility as the times go on. But as I said, we are still in the very early stages. We don't know what are the things, how it is going to evolve. But definitely this is the one which we need to keep an eye. We all know the sperms contain a DNA in their head. So normally, like at the minute, like the pesticides, drugs, smoking, pollutions, all these things can make the sperms get damaged because of the oxidative stress. That in turn leads to the protein damage, then the DNA damage, then the infertility. So you see the count fertility, but still persons are not going to get pregnant, couples are struggling to get pregnant. So in one of these areas, the specialists are feeling probably because of the oxidative stress as the oxygen levels goes down in a COVID patients, that in turn will making the sperm DNA get damaged. So they may increase the infertility cases as we go on in future. I'm just discussing only the broader outer aspects. I'm not getting into the deeper things. If people have any questions, they can get into it. Now come to the female infertility in particular. Most of the times, females are the very, very highly fertile between the age of 18 to 25. Once they cross the age of the 25, usually slowly the egg qualities can get affected. The egg release can be slightly infrequent. So once they cross like a 30, definitely the egg qualities will start falling down. Usually we call it as a fertility clock. Once the woman crosses the age of the 30, then the fertility clocks start ticking, their egg quality will start going down. So what is egg quality? Egg quality is nothing but there is a DNA inside the eggs as well. It will start breaking. So it starts changing the shape, size, molecular configurations, genes inside and other things, which are very difficult to make out with the scan or anything. Normally, when they come for a clinical appointments and other things, they will say, sir, we are seeing everything looks normal. Doctor has said the eggs were releasing and other things. But the main problem is the egg quality will be get affected. Mainly the DNA is inside the egg getting damaged. And as they get cross 35, then the egg quality completely goes down. Not only the quality, even the numbers will start going down. So their periods will get irregular once they reach nearer to the menopause. Usually Indian women reach the menopause between 42 to 45, whereas the Western woman reach the menopause between 45 to 50. So our egg quality will start falling quite early in the age. Now with the lifestyle balances, the way age at the marriage is getting delayed because of the infertility cases are going high. This COVID, now again, the recent studies is showing as well, ovaries also getting affected. They're making the number of eggs getting destroyed because of the virus getting affected. Earlier, usually the mumps virus, cytomegalovirus, herpes virus, these are the virus, they can affect the pancreas, ovaries, salivary glands, testes. So now the COVID virus is another one is getting added by damaging the ovaries, making them number of eggs and the quality of eggs, probably making them going down. As I said, these are our very, very early stages. Probably as we move on, we will get the more bigger studies which can shine more light on us. What are the other causes normally makes the uterus and other congenital problems makes the woman not able to get pregnant? Majority of the times it may be abnormalities in the uterus. Usually uterus is like heart shape. The baby can attach and grow. Sometimes during the development, if the uterus is not fused, they look like two separate blocks. There is not much space inside. As the baby attaches, as there is not much place, blood play is less, then they get aborted. Usually we call it a bicornuate uterus. Other problems will be like a fibroids, like a tumor in the uterus, or there may be a polyp, something hanging inside the cavity, or maybe a uterus adhesions, or maybe tubal infections. These are the things which can make normally women fertile. Tubal block, egg quality is going down, or maybe a problem in the uterus, or maybe heart problems. These are the main reasons why women struggle to get pregnant. So what we do? Normally, sorry.
Sir, I think you're having some internet connectivity issues. Could you, your voice is kind of a little shaky. Could you just,
Sorry. Can you hear me? You okay?
yes, it's better.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, now I can hear you, sir.
You can able to see my screen as well?
No, sir, no.
Swahiti?
No, I can't see your screen, sir.
Can't see his screen. It is saying you can see me. Okay, I'll try to get onto the another net. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir.
You okay?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Yeah, you can able to see my screen sharing?
No, sir, I can't. Ravi, sir, can you see the screen?
Mm-hmm.
I think you're muted also, Dr. Chandra garu.
Yeah. Now can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
You can hear me. Yeah. I think we can continue. Then we'll see.
Okay, sir. There's no screen being shared, however. If that,
Okay.
um,
Try to see again whether, don't know whether you can see.
yeah, now we can see it, sir.
How you can see. Yeah. Okay. So we'll continue. Sorry for the interruptions. So
The PowerPoint is now it's visible. Yes. So you're on mute.
it's automatically going to mute. I don't know. Can you hear me?
We can hear you, sir, but there's a little disturbance.
Okay. Want me to change to the some other net or something? Or
No, now it's clear, sir.
now it is clear. Okay. So the COVID can make the DNA get damaged, which can affect the fertility issues as well. So we were saying like a female infertility as well, it can get affected by making the ovaries numbers to go down. So what normally the treatment options will be? One will be like an IUI, wash the sperms, inject them inside. More severe case, most of the times, we go for like a IVF treatment. This is nothing but collect the egg from a woman, take a sperm from a man, the husband, then inject them in the lab, make the embryos grow. Once the embryos have grown, take them back, again put them inside into the uterus. So we're just bypassing the way which has been designed. So once the embryo is inside, so usually in the lab, we take care of the embryos, try to grow grade 1 embryos and transfer them inside. So once they're inside, if they get attached, then the patients will get positive. So that's the normally what happens in IVF centers. So what precautions are we taking now during the COVID? So the most of the times, what we do is the day before the patients need to come for an appointment, check with them whether they've got any fever, are they been getting affected, or any family member is getting suffering. If they know, then we inform them only patient will be allowed inside the center, attenders needs to wait. Then we'll, as soon as they come, check their temperature, mask is a must, maintain social distancing, and for a procedure like IVF something 24 hours before, usually will make their RT-PCR done. Only who are negative, they will be taken to the center. All our clinic staff has been vaccinated so that they are not a source of concern, and we continue to take all regular hygienic precautions so that the minimizing the chances of COVID spreading in the center. So these are the things all the hospitals, all the clinics continue to take. So if you can see from there, this is how usually once the patients come, be received in the reception, then they'll be moved into the consultation room. Then later on, if there is a man, then he'll be sent for a semen collection. Semen will be analyzed. If it is a woman, then she'll be get scanned. Then if it is a treatment, egg will be collected, taken to the embryology lab. Then they'll be assessed with the genetically. Then the embryo transfer is done. There is next embryos, we freeze them and keep. So these are the other back end offices. We will just continue to help them and making sure in each place we follow strict infection protocols so that the chances of COVID spread will be very, very minimal. We will minimize the staff who come into contact with the patients as well. That should be the motto. So minimum number of staff who are all vaccinated, who are all taking the precautions and making sure that our patient is COVID free, then go ahead with the treatment. Then if you come to pregnancy, the CDC have given guidelines. What are all the things which you need to do? What are all the precautions which you need to take during the pregnancy? The risks because of the COVID. If patients get pregnant either with IVF or naturally, what are all the problems can happen? One is congenital abnormalities. At the minute, there is no studies to show that COVID causes the congenital abnormalities. Vaccination causes congenital abnormalities. So we need to still watch and see how the things goes. Miscarriage risk. Definitely because of the fever in a COVID and high temperature, pneumonia, other things can affect and increase the abortion risks. And there is a documented evidence, especially regarding the preterm delivery. Quite a lot of patients or ending up with early deliveries, 28 weeks or 32 weeks. So COVID can definitely cause the preterm deliveries. Then what are the precautions we can take during the delivery and cesarean sections? Again, minimize the staff, and who are all there, take all the precautions measures by testing the patients the day before and wearing PPE masks in case if they are COVID positives. Then risk of death. This is what we are all scared of. Pregnancy is a immunocompromised conditions. Immunity of the patients will come down quite significantly in a pregnant woman. So, because of the pregnancy, the immunoglobulin or immunopower or immunology is almost similar to diabetic. Immunology is less because of pregnancy. When the COVID get affected, if she is not vaccinated, it can be quite severe. She may end up with an oxygen or an ICU with a ventilator. Then the risk of death will be quite high. 2 of our patients who got affected, who underwent fertility treatment earlier, they catch somewhere in the heartbeat, but luckily they recovered with an early intervention and they delivered a healthy baby which was unaffected by any of the COVID things. So just because the COVID comes in a pregnancy, don't think that it is going to kill you or kill your baby. Still, if you can follow the fixed protocols and the right treatment with the early intervention, you can still have a very good outcome. Okay. Now, on the fertility issues and the treatments, we will move on to the vaccinations. So, what are the vaccines available? Is it safe to take the vaccine for a woman who's planning to go for a fertility treatment? Or is it safe for a woman who's just got pregnant, got good news with the IVF center or with naturally? Are they safe? Or what type of the vaccines available? So before going back, there are a couple of tests available to make sure even in a pregnant woman or in other patients, it's the same test. Either it is an antigen test or an antibody test. Antibody tests have become a bit obsolete now. And the most predictive one, which is really useful, which can make and break what is going on in a patient, will be RT-PCR. These are just a simple tests. The most of the tests done, they give accurate information. If the patient is symptomatic with a fever, cough, and other things, even these tests are negative, consider them as they are COVID positive and need help. So during the testing, say that the patient is got positive, then it will be blood tests and the CT scans. See the blood test and the CT scan, say that the woman is pregnant, risk. Okay, because it has got a lot of radiation which can affect the preformed baby or baby which is going to be formed, because the radiation dose is very, very high. It is really important, unless it is a life-threatening things are going on, better not to go for a CT scan. If it is really needs to be done, it has to be done with the abdominal shield and so on. So the less dangerous one will be going for a chest X-ray, which can give most of the information. If there is a real need, then you can go for that. So try to avoid a CT scan as far as possible if the woman is early pregnant, especially less than 12 weeks. Then comes to the treatment. What are the treatment? Whether you can take the medications and other things in a COVID woman who's pregnant or planning for a pregnancy and other things, if she's been affected with the COVID, don't worry. Most of the things we do is the benefit versus the risks. The simple thing is the paracetamol, which is safe to take during the pregnancy, some multivitamins, vitamin D, all these things seems to be safe to take. Next comes the medication called remdesivir. which is not seems to affect the baby or damage the pregnancy. If the patient is suffering with the severe COVID, if it has to be given, it can be taken. It is not contraindicated. Most of the try to have medications during the pregnancy, but in the COVID patients, if there is a need, please don't hesitate, start medications. Next comes the vaccinations. As I was telling earlier, this is the only thing which can make us out from the pandemic, which has already been proven with the other countries like Israel and the US. But still we don't know what is in store. Most of the times they have to be safe even during a pregnant woman. Initially we're not giving the vaccine to the pregnant woman, but now the risk of the death of infection in pregnant woman is so high, definitely risk with the vaccination is very, very low. So at no stage of the pregnancy, either it is a first trimester, second trimester, or the third trimester, or a woman who is lactating, still it is safe to take vaccines. Only thing is taking vaccine encounter or from a fever, just take paracetamol medication, so that sometimes fever itself can cause scans. So there are different types of vaccines available. If there is a choice, the Pfizer or the Moderna vaccine is the preferable in a.
I think Sir had a internet connectivity problem.
So can you hear me?
Yes, sir, but it's not very clear.
Hello?
It's not very clear, sir.
I'm very sorry, I think because of the network issues or something.
No problem, sir. Go ahead. Do
I'll
that.
try the one more.
You're on mute, sir.
Yeah. Now, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I'll try again, once again, sharing the screen and let us see.
Yes, we can see it, sir.
Okay. So there are many vaccines available. Pfizer is preferred, but in India, Covaxin and Covishield both are fine. Timing, whenever it is available, please go and take it. Don't wait for the later stage or something, because it can really protect and make the severity to go down. So how bad is the situation? Which are the countries are really doing well? If you can see, like UAE, Israel, Bahrain and UK up to the US, they've almost like 85 people out of the 100, they've received at least one dose of the vaccines. So the Israel, UK and US, they were all opened up their countries slowly, cautiously. So it shows that definitely the vaccine is a way out for all of us to come out and get on with our day-to-day lives. So how these work? There are different types of vaccines. One of them is a mRNA vaccine. Another is a vector vaccine. So the mRNA vaccine, what it does is, they will just inject just a part of the synthetic vaccine, synthetic material, which is enveloped in a things, then they give it as an injection. Once it goes inside, what it does is, it makes the spike proteins. Once there is a protein, then body senses there is a virus has come, it releases the antibodies. Actually, there is no virus. It is just a protein which is being synthesized, which is nothing but a spike protein, which is similar to the virus tentacle, which the body or immune cell senses that as the virus has come, then they releases the antibodies. So these antibodies, they will be in the system. When the virus comes inside, these antibodies go and block that virus and kills them. So that's how the severity is less, or you'll be get protected. Whereas if you go to the vector vaccines, like not mRNA, vector vaccines means like Covishield. This is nothing but small, they take one harmless virus, means some other virus, like some cold virus. In that, they will put part of the COVID virus or a protein. Then they'll inject into the body. So that harmless virus mainly acts as a vector. Vector means as just a vehicle. It takes the viral particle inside. So this viral particle, once it goes, those cells will develop a spike. Again, once the spike is formed, then the antibodies releases. Body senses there is a virus has come, then the antibody forms. When the real virus comes, these antibodies attack and stop you getting a severe infection or not getting infection only. So both the things are same, whereas the Pfizer vaccine or the Covishield vaccine, how they work. But the only thing is in the Pfizer vaccine, they'll inject the protein material, no virus at all. Whereas in the vector Covishield, part of the virus is injected through some other virus. Whereas the Covaxin, it's a full virus which has been killed, virus which is dead. The same virus is going to be injected into the body. So the virus which is completely dead or inactivated goes inside the body, then body develops the antibodies. So these are the different ways they work. Whichever type of the vaccine, their aim is to create an antibody which is ready, waiting for the virus to come. In case if the virus comes, they will attack, inactivate the virus. So that's the main idea of it. So the pregnant patient who already had a COVID infection, say that who's never taken a vaccine, who had a COVID, then they don't know whether they need to take a vaccine or not. Yes, they need to take. When they need to take, they can take any time after a month, or 28 days from the previous infection. After a month of the infection, they need to take so that their antibody levels will increase. They can be protected for at least for next 6 months. So at the minute guidelines is, even the woman who had a COVID infection, better to take a vaccine after a month. So just before concluding, today we have just discussed is, what are the fertility issues which affects the woman and men, and because of the COVID itself, how they are getting bad, maybe worse as we go on, as we come to know more and more. What are the things which we can do? What are the things which we can't do? And if we come to the treatment aspects, the centers has been sanitized. They are safe to go as long as all the precautions has been taken. Responsibility not only with the staff and also with the patients. Then there is no problem going with the treatments. Next, regarding the vaccination is effective. It prevents getting severe disease. It definitely prevents the risk of death. So it is safe to be taken either if you're planning for a fertility treatment, during the fertility treatment, or you have already conceived. Any of the stage you are, please go ahead and take the vaccine, whichever is available. They are safe. Their side effects and other things are very, very minimal. They are going to save you. So that's what we are encouraging. We are up to date with the technologies and we have got a high success rate, and we are ready to help if there is anybody is needed. Thank you very much. And thanks to the organizers once again. Sorry for the hiccups that these are all the things with the virtual meetings. But now I'm very happy to take any questions if there is anybody has any.
Thank you so much, sir. That was lovely presentation. I think a very specific subset of the population would have truly benefited from this talk. Those who are at this phase of their life.
Okay. Can you see any questions or anything, Sahiti?
Yes, sir. We've got one. It says, sir, government has not yet recommended vaccination for pregnant women. Will they be approving anything soon?
Yeah. As I said, initially they said pregnant women and children less than 18 years not to be given and other things. I think if you take the experience from the Western world, take like in UK and US, the pregnant woman has been offered the vaccinations. Definitely, I think at present, even a couple of patients they've asked, I've advised them to go ahead, and they are offering the vaccine even to the pregnant woman in India as well. Please go and take it.
I think that's the only question we really had. I think you've cleared up all the doubts people had before they even had it.
No problem. If they got any more, if you get any time, just email me. I'm happy to answer them.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thanks for that.
Again, sir. Thank you so much for taking your time to come and give us this presentation, sir.
Good luck, Sahiti. Great.
Thank you, sir. So that was Dr. Chandra Reddy Garu talking to you about IVF, pregnancy, COVID, everything that comes along with it. At 6 o'clock, we have Samuel from the band Kairos. He's a drummer and he's going to come and give an amazing performance. Up till then, I think we'll have a brief meditation session that Mr. Ravikant Garu has performed a small video on. So I think we'll get that playing right now for you all.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. This is a small guided meditation that I have come across last year, which is really apt for the present scenario where we have COVID situation. So what I want you to, I'm just going to play the file. It's 15 minutes in total. So just please close your eyes during once I start this audio file. So just keep listening to it and start doing it on your own. And once we are done with the entire 15 minutes meditation, then I would like to have feedbacks from those who are watching or those who are experiencing the meditation. Yeah, just please let me share that.
Sit in a comfortable position and close your eyes. Keep your back and neck straight. Consciously relax your body. Breathe in deeply through your nose and out through your mouth. One more time, in through your nose and release out through your mouth. A third time, breathing in and out. Now close your mouth and let the breathing flow naturally for some moments. We will now move our awareness through different parts of the body. As I name each body part, repeat that body part in your mind and bring your awareness there with the intention of relaxing it. Right leg from hip to toes. Relax the whole right leg. Left leg from hip to toes. Relax the whole left leg. Your torso, chest, and back. Relax your torso, chest, and back. Right arm from shoulder to fingertips. Relax the whole right arm. Left arm from shoulder to fingertips. Relax the whole left arm. Neck and face. Relax all muscles of your neck and face. Relax your shoulders, jaw, eyes, and tongue. Feel how your whole body is fully relaxed. By relaxing your body, you get the energy needed to fight any disease, any virus. It is the key to staying healthy and young. Allow your body to remain as still as a mountain. Your body feels so solid and quiet, like a Buddha statue, a statue that breathes. Feel the restorative power of stillness. Feel each cell of your body gathering energy, nutrients, and oxygen. Now pay attention to your breathing. Allow your breathing to be slow. Allow your breathing to be deep. Allow your breathing to be even. Now we will practice box breathing for a few cycles. We breathe in for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, breathe out for 4 seconds, and hold empty for 4 seconds. Always breathing in and out through your nose in a way that it's slow and even. Let's start now. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. In. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. In. Hold. Out. Hold. 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 Now we stop counting. Just observe the natural flow of breathing. Each of your cells has an intelligence of its own, and it's greatly influenced by your mind and moods. If you feel afraid of disease, your immune system weakens. If you think of yourself to be strong and immune to all disease, your immune system behaves accordingly. So now we start a visualization practice to boost your immune system against all types of viruses and bacteria. Begin by visualizing or imagining your white blood cells everywhere in your body. Try to become aware of them and establish a mind-to-mind connection with them in whatever form. Don't worry about how to do it, or if you're doing right or wrong. Just be open to the instructions. Visualize that with every inhalation, these cells are being filled with light and energy. Feel that with every inhalation, your immune system becomes stronger and stronger. Feel that each white blood cell is waking up, being charged up, breath after breath. You can also be creative and use any visualization that works for you. The purpose is to create the feeling that your immune system is becoming strong and charged up. Now, visualize that these cells are effectively fighting off virus and bacteria invasions in your body. These cells are so strong and effective that they easily fight off all viruses, like a mighty army driving away a weak intruder. See that. Feel that. Feel that your body is like an impenetrable fortress. Feel the energy, strength, and security within. As you continue to cultivate this feeling, repeat to yourself the following affirmation in your mind. My immune system is powerful and effective. No disease can ever touch me. My immune system is powerful and effective. No disease can ever touch me. My immune system is powerful and effective. No disease can ever touch me. Practice that with conviction, feeling it to be already true, willing it to be true. As we come to the end of this meditation, gently start moving your body. Thank you for joining me today. You have just made your body healthier and your immune system stronger. I would love to hear your experience with this meditation in the comments. You can now gently open your eyes.
Yeah, just a second. Yes, hi Ravi, how are you? I'm good. Thank you so much for joining me for your live sessions. Yes, I am. Okay. Yes. Thank you, Ravi. Okay. So first, let me give a small introduction about myself. I'm Samuel J. Benaya, and I play drums for the band called Kairos in Vishakhapatnam, India. So if you guys heard Kairos, we play, fusion. We play fusion. We play Bollywood. We play Tollywood rock. So as a band, I started, practicing drums from like when I was 18 years old. So that passion has made me to form a band, and I've been playing in a band since past 10 years now. So we started as a metal band, and we changed many of our genres. We kind of play all kinds of genres now. So mostly now we are playing all commercial music, so Bollywood and Tollywood rock. Yeah, that's it. And I also run a studio called Narrow Road Jam Pad in Vishakhapatnam. So that's a little introduction about myself. So and so it's just beside Novotel. So this is my own music studio which I run, and all my fellow musicians also come here and jam. This is actually the place to practice as a band and also record. Yeah. Okay. Let me just increase it. Is it audible now? Okay. Okay. So back in 2010, there were many good bands actually in Vizag. I actually influenced by few of the local bands called Frontline, Mephistopheles, or Pandemonium, Vyom. So those are the bands back in 2010. They used to play metal. They used to play hard rock. Uh, and days passed. Those people, they are not in Vizag now, so they are in actually big places now. So that actually influenced me a lot to practice and to form a band. So that's how I started a band. From 2010 I've been playing since. So we played as a amateur band back then. We used to play in all engineering colleges. So that's how we practice every day. We play music for the people for free, and then later on we formed a band, and we started playing ever since. Yeah, you just ask me anything regarding the music so that I can answer you. So the journey is actually a lot of things, so I cannot tell everything, and I cannot flash all the memories back. So yes, if you ask me anything, I'll very happy to answer it. Ravi. Sure. So actually, guys, I'm not at all a singer. I don't sing actually. So I only play drums. So Aditya he asked me to take a set. So I just want to contribute for the cause. So if you guys are watching, please donate to the cause, and help the people who are in need. And I'll just sing few of the songs today by karaoke, of course. So hope you guys like it and enjoy it. Okay. Okay, this song is called What a Wonderful World by Louis Armstrong. So green, so green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and for you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies so blue and the clouds so white. The bright blessed day, the dark sweet great night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors on the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, also on the faces of people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They really say, I love you. I hear babies crying and I watch them grow. They love much more that I could never know. When I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you, Ravi. Oh, thank you. So okay, so we started as a six-piece band. So back when I was in my engineering, so six. Then we have a vocalist, we have a keyboard player, we have an acoustic guitar, and I play drums, and we also have a guitar player who plays leads. So that's how we started, and now we are actually a four-piece band. So I play drums for my band, and there's a guy called Joe. So he sings for the band, and we have Paul who plays keyboard and is also a sound engineer, and we have Nirmal Truman. He plays lead guitar in our band. So that's how we are a four-piece band now. So we regularly used to play at Novotel, and now before lockdown we used to play at Grand Bay every Friday nights. So due to the lockdown we stopped playing there, and also we used to play at Soma every Wednesdays and Saturdays. So if you know that place, we used to play there, and but now because of the lockdown we have stopped playing. So everybody is now doing their own kind of music. So we are also actually writing few songs. So hope that will release them soon. So that's a small introduction about the band. Little bit energetic. Okay, I actually planned only few soft English classic rocks numbers for you guys. So guys, I'll try to play little up numbers, but I'm sorry to tell you, but I'll only play like old classicals for now. So forgive me, guys. Okay, the other song is called Country Roads by John Denver. Hope you guys like it. Almost there, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains, chatting on the river. Life is older than the trees, younger than the mountains, blowing like a breeze. Country road will take me home to the place where I belong. West Virginia, Mountain's mama will take me home. Country road, you're my memory. Gather round her, minus fading, springs to blue water. Dark and dusty, painted on the sky. Misty days, the moonshine, teardrops in my eyes. Country roads will take me home to the place where I belong. West Virginia, Mountain's mama will take me home. Country road, I hear the voice in the morning now. She calls me. The radio reminds me of my home far away. Driving down the road, I got a feeling that I should have been home yesterday. Country road will take me home to the place where I belong. West Virginia, Mountain's mama will take me home. Country road will take me home to the place where I belong. West Virginia, Mountain's mama will take me home. Country road will take me home. Country road will take me home. Country roads. Thank you so much. No, 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 no. And thanks for the compliment. I actually don't sing often, so I'm only the person behind the drums, so that's it. And of course, I love singing, but my band members, they don't allow me to sing. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Okay, so 2019 was really very busy year for us. So we traveled to Bangalore, Ooty, Coimbatore, Delhi, Hyderabad, and most part of South South Indian states. So we traveled and we played many shows. And the life is very busy, and we love, of course, playing music to spread love to everyone or all around the country. So, and 2000 also we actually lined up to many more gigs, other than 2019. We actually have to be very busy on 2020, but Corona has hit us very hard, so all the gigs got cancelled. We actually had to travel to Bangalore, and we had a show there, and that's actually a very huge gathering, and it's a big stage. Many other many favorite my favorite artists are also performing on the same stage. So we are very excited and we were looking forward for that. But unfortunately, all the gigs has been cancelled. And as a musician, as an artist, we have all the incoming source only through music. So that has been stopped by God's grace. Till now, I actually used all my savings, so and happy. So many other artists, their main source income is the music. So it has been very hard for all the musicians in India, and all parts of the world. So yeah, that's it. And since 2000, we played our last show maybe in Feb 2021 was the last show, and then we stopped playing for the while. And 2020 also, not many shows, one here, one there, very little shows we have been playing. And yeah, and one more thing, the last show we played, that was in Feb, I told you, right? So we traveled to the other city and we played. Unfortunately, all the band members of us, we have tested positive. So that's actually a very big drawback for us. And but we all recovered very good. God has been showing lot of mercy on us. And everybody, again, we have a very good health now. So by God's grace, we are all okay. So hope we are looking to spread that love, spread that passion towards the music, to encourage all the people around us and all parts of India. Yes, we are ready to roll back, and we'll come back very hard this time. Yes. I, I'm so thankful to inviting me on. So I have few more numbers for you. Okay, this is John Lennon's number. It's called Imagine. It's a very famous number from back in late 70s. Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. Well below us, there was only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Thank you so much. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. So if you have talent, you'll definitely go places. So there's no the only one advice I'll give for everyone is, because I took that advice and I also want to give that advice to everyone. So I have three main points. The first one is practice, the second one is practice, the third one is also practice. So only with your practice and your hard work, then only you can achieve anything. And don't just waste time, try to don't try to copy another artist. Be yourself. So if you want to play drums, play drums. If you want to sing, sing. If you want to do something, just be yourself. Write your own music, compose your own music. Don't try to copy any others. So that's the main thing I want to tell all the young people out there. Yes. Yes. So we actually played many shows. The one of the huge show which I played is in Vishakhapatnam. That was in back, I guess, like few 3 or 4 years back. It's called Sounds on the Sand. It's held right in the beach road. There we shared stage with Louis. We stayed with Usha Uttam, and we also played with Revant and all other great artists like Thaikudam Bridge, one of my favorite bands in from India, Thaikudam Bridge. So we all shared a same platform in Vishakhapatnam. So that's a very big thing for us, and we played that show actually today 4 years back. So today is 28th, right? Yeah, 28th. So today 4 years back we played that show, and that was a very good memory for us. And I actually composed music for a Tollywood movie. It's called Beach Road Chetan. So I composed music for that movie, and mainly all other big artists from Tollywood industry have gave their vocals. Geeta Madhuri, Chandra, Bahubali, Deepu, Lipsika, Simha. So one of the nice upcoming, one of the existing artists in Tollywood industry have given vocals, for that movie, and I'm very glad. Yes. I'm honored. One more number, right? Okay. Just give me a second. Okay, one of my favorite artists is Bob Marley. So I'll sing a couple of Bob Marley numbers. So if you're a Bob Marley fan, you'll definitely love this song. So this is called Redemption Song. World pirates, yes, they were by, sold I to the merchant ships. Minutes after they took I from the bottomless pit, but my hand was made strong by the hands of the Almighty. Oh, we forward in this generation triumphantly. Won't you help to sing another song of freedom? 'Cause all I ever have, redemption song, redemption song. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds, who have no fee for atomic energy. 'Cause none of them can stop the time. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Some say it's just a part of it. We gotta fulfill the book. Won't you help to sing another song of freedom? 'Cause all I ever have, redemption song, redemption song, redemption song. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our mind, who have no fee for atomic energy. 'Cause none of them can stop the time. Love long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look. Some say it's just a part of it. You gotta fulfill the book. We want you help to sing another song of freedom. 'Cause all I ever have, redemption song, redemption song. This song of freedom, redemption song, another song of freedom, redemption song. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. Well, Bob Marley, he's always, gives me kick. సో ద రెగ్యులర్ వ్యూవర్స్ మీకు డెఫినెట్లీ ఇలాంటి సాంగ్స్ నచ్చకపోవచ్చు. ఐఎమ్ వెరీ సారీ ఫర్ దట్. సో నాకు ఇవే వచ్చు. తెలుగు పాడతాను కానీ అంత బాగా పాడను. సో డెఫినెట్లీ మీరు తిట్టుకుంటారు. సో అందుకు పాడకుండా ఉండడమే బెస్ట్. అండ్ ఐఎమ్ ఆల్సో నాట్ ఎ సింగర్. సో ప్లీజ్ ఫర్గివ్ మీ గైస్ అండ్ ప్లీజ్ ఎంజాయ్ ద లవ్లీ మ్యూజిక్. అండ్ yes, the lyrics, spread about the harmony, the love, that everybody has to be one, unite, harmony. So even the lyrics also are very hard to, they touch the soul and the heart. You should guys used to listen to Bob Marley and all old classic numbers. Yes. Yes. Okay. Composing. Yeah, please. I'm sorry. I'm cutting your question. So composing for a band is always fun, because when I'm around with my band, I'll be just normal, and we scold each other, we eat each other, we eat with everyone. So band is like family to me now. So composing with them is like very easy, and composing for music is like very challenging to me. I have worked in movies, on the assistant of another music director. So I have played darbuka, small instrument called darbuka in movie Naruda Donaruda along with Sri Charan, and also few other, and we played for the audio function of Guntur Takis, Shanam, and few other Tollywood movies. So composing music for the first time is like very challenging to me because I don't know anything how to compose music. So that's like a very challenging, and I learned actually a lot of things. And after composing music for that film, I got another offer, but I refused it because I have to learn a lot. Because when I started composing music, and when I'm going deeper, I learned a lot of things, and there are many other things which I have to learn. So the thing is, I want to learn everything and then come back to composing again. So not just like amateur music, but I want to give a very good music for the people and the crowd. Yes. Okay, so together we don't practice much because everybody is busy and everybody is a professional now. So we actually if there is another new show, we just give a list of the songs, and everybody they practice individually at their studios and their homes. So we just practice for 3 or 4 hours together for a new gig. And now we have been, we don't practice much as a band, but everybody practices hours for daily individually. So even the day the my morning starts with practicing my drums. So every day, as soon as I wake up, I come to my studio and I practice drums, and then I start my day. So it's not like hours. Sometimes it is just half an hour, maybe. Sometimes it just go on. If I want to learn some other new kind of music, I'll just keep practicing for hours. So big compliment, we don't carry on the compliments, because if we just hold on to that compliments, if we hold on to the achievements, we cannot go forward. So we of course we like compliments and we take compliments, but we just keep moving. We keep going forward to achieve more things. Okay. Okay, this song is called Knocking on Heaven's Doors by Guns N' Roses. Mama, take this vow for me, where I can use it anymore. It's getting dark to see. Feels like knock things down. Yeah, walking down the hall. Knocking on heaven's door. Yeah, 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 yeah. Knocking on rocks on the ground. I didn't shoot it anymore. That cold black cloud is coming down. Feels like I'm knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Ooh, yeah. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Yeah, 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 yeah. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Yeah, 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 yeah. You knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Ooh, knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Yeah, 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 yeah. You knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you. Oh, thank you for bringing me on. Yes. So definitely live, live, performances. I mean, the live web performances. They are not as much as the experiencing the sound watching live. So we have no main opportunities, and for the even my studio is closed because of COVID. So I take all my old projects and I just finish them and I just send it to my clients. So that's it. So no other opportunities or any other things for the musician in this lockdown. There are many other bands in Vishakhapatnam. There's a band called Against Evil. So back in the days 2010, we all started together. I mean, వాళ్ళు కూడా అప్పుడే స్టార్ట్ చేశారు. So even I was learning since then, watching them. They used to call Echo, and now they are Against Evil, and even I shared platform with them as well, and now they are going places, and they recently released a new album which is very good. They are doing good, and there are many other artists in Vizag. There's a band called Revive. There's a band called Vizag City Waves, and Revelations. Many other artists, many other good bands. Update regarding Okay, there's no such thing as musicians platform in Visakhapatnam. You just have to go to the places and see. And now there's a few places who play live music. There's a place called Soma in Visakhapatnam. So there's every day there's a band, and there's the recently Grand Bay has opened platform for live music. And the Gateway, Novotel, and we also have the park. So every day there's a band, some other band playing there. So maybe after the lockdown you should go check them, watch them live. They're amazing bands in Visakhapatnam, good artists. So if you guys want to hear more of the music and what work we do, just go to YouTube link. We are Kairos India on YouTube, and you can check our our stuff there. So if you want to know more about the band, about our music, you can go check our YouTube page there. Yeah. Thank you, Ravi. Okay. Yes, I do have few more numbers. So even this is also a Bob Marley number. I'm a huge fan of Bob Marley. So
to the Jeevan
I think every must have been. I've heard this number. About a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Sing it, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Rise up this morning, smile with the rising sun. Three little birds is by my doorsteps, singing sweet song. The melody is pure and true. They're singing, this is my message to you. Sing it, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing gonna be alright. Sing it, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Rise up this morning, smile with the rising sun. Three little birds is by my doorsteps, singing sweet song. The melody is pure and true, saying, this is my message to you. Sing it, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Sing it, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Sing it, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah. Largest audience. There been couple of things we played. So one is I already mentioned that the sounds on the stand on Beach Road, and one more thing we played at Vishaka Utsav, and also we played for for the big BRICS conference. If you heard in back in 2007 or 8, I'm not sure. 2000 maybe, okay, not 7 or 8, recently, like 5 years back. So ex chief minister Chandra Naidu was at Novotel, and we played for him. And also we played for all the international delegates. The thing is, we played in Chinese as well, so that's the main thing we learned. We played in Chinese. We also played music in Brazil. We played in other few other languages. So that's the main thing, like 7 languages we learned. We picked up few language, 7 languages, like 15 songs. So all two songs from each language, and we played for the different people there, for the different languages. Yeah, like say like 10 to 15 days. 10 to 15. The thing is, picking up songs was very tough because we don't understand the language. సో సో ఒకవేళ ఆ పాటలో నేను బూతులు ఉన్నాయంటే మనకు తెలీదు. సో ఇంటర్నేషనల్ డెలిగేట్స్ వస్తారు. సో ద పికింగ్ సాంగ్స్ వాజ్ వెరీ లిటిల్ హార్డ్. సో అండ్ ఐ మేడ్ ఫ్యూ ఫ్రెండ్స్ ఫ్రమ్ ద అదర్ లాంగ్వేజెస్, అండ్ ఐ ఆస్క్డ్ దెమ్ వాట్ ఆర్ ద అప్కమింగ్ సాంగ్స్, వాట్ ఆర్ ద గుడ్ సాంగ్స్ ఇన్ యువర్ లాంగ్వేజ్. సో ఐ పిక్డ్ ఫ్యూ సాంగ్స్ అండ్ దెన్ వీ పర్ఫార్మ్డ్. So nothing like that. We always go on crowd's request. We just see the people. If they are enjoying Telugu, we'll play Telugu. If they are enjoying classical, we play classical numbers. Hindi people, we play Hindi. There's no barrier for us. We play all kinds of genres and all languages. And now we perform in Tamil, Kannada. We perform in Malayalam, Telugu, Hindi, English. So 6 languages, majorly 6 languages. No, he, no. Our lead vocalist, he doesn't know Hindi also. So we just by heart the song. We keep the lyrics. We by heart the numbers, and then we sing. So only songs. We only know the lyrics. We don't know the meanings. But still, it is the music. It's not the language, or it is not any other thing. But music is always a good thing. We just love doing music. So any language it is, we are okay with it. And we don't know all the languages. We know Telugu and English. That's it. Thank you, Ravi. 10 minutes. Okay. I have a song which is 8 minutes long. So it's a very famous now. I'm sure everybody know that song. It's called Hotel California by Eagles. So that's one of my favorites, and whenever people ask me to sing, I'll only sing this number. So definitely people will ask Hotel California. When people ask Hotel California, I'll be very happy, because only in a band I only sing this song. So sometimes I go ask people to send request song Hotel California. So I'll do some cheating and I'll sing that song. Okay, here we go.
karaokeforyonline.blogspot.com.
head. The warm smell of the lintern rising up through the air. Up ahead in the distance, I saw a shimmering light. My head is heavy and my sight was dim. At the stop of the night, yes, she stood in the doorway. I heard her mention down, and I was thinking to myself, this could be heaven, this could be hell. Then she lit up the candle, she showed me the way. Everyone says down here, corridor, I thought I heard them say, welcome to the Hotel California. Such a lovely place, such a lovely face. Play your rooms at the Hotel California. Anytime of fear, you can find me here. I'm mighty deep and twisted. She got the Mercedes Benz. She got a lot of pretty boys. She calls friends. I'll be dancing in Georgia, sweet summer sweat. Some dance to remember, some dance to forget. So I call up the captain, please bring me my wine. Yeah, I was previous since 1969. I'm still lungs voices are calling from far away. Wake you up in the middle of the night just to hear him say, welcome to the Hotel California. Such a lovely place, such a lovely face. Living in a happy Hotel California. What a nice surprise. Bring your alibis. Mirrors on the ceiling, being champion on ice. And she said, we are all just prisoners here of our own device. In the master chambers, we gather for the feast. They started with the steely knives, but you just can't kill the beat. Last thing I remember, I was running from the door. I to find the passage back through the place I was before. The lights of the nightmare, we all will rock to receive. You can take every time you like, but you can never leave. Yes, that's it. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ravi. Uh, thank you. I should thank you all. And please, if anybody is watching, please do support the cause. Donate something. You know that helps. The people in need. Thank you, Ravi. Thank you so much, Ravi, and thank you everyone for being so patient to me and listening to my music. And please do check other music in Kairos India in YouTube channel. Thank you so much, and I'm signing off. Thank you, Ravi. Thank you so much.